My good friends, and we are talking about chocolate box today because we've got an opportunity to start from scratch, and I can explain this to people who have had a problem with this. So this is what's going on here is it's subtle. See these little shadowy shapes over here? They correspond each to these shapes over here. So what you got to do is you got to get one from each of these columns here. So one from each of these columns to put in here. But how do you get those candies from here to here, right? That doesn't seem to be intuitively obvious, and it's not. What you do, though, is you press on each of these candies. So each of these candies is active here. They're pulsing. They're kind of like, that's the subtle way of the game telling you to press on one. So I'm going to press on the first top left one, and you'll see a little box pops up here, and it says, use free switch, and you use one of these free switches, and then you'll get this candy, and then that candy will automatically appear over here in this filled spot, and then you can proceed to the next row, and then the next row, and then the next row. So let's go through what the challenges are, and I'll show you which ones are easier or harder. Well, that one's fairly easy if you have free switches to spare, but they're pretty useful, so I tend not to use those if I don't have to. This one, 10 color bombs, usually on open field games where you have a lot of rows and a lot of ranks, you can make color bombs pretty easily, so I would definitely pick that one. This one is 15 jellyfish. Now, if you're on a level that has jellyfish, that's great, but most levels don't, so you may be waiting a while to collect that. This one is 340 orange candies. They're on a lot of levels. Most levels have orange candies, so that's a pretty good one. So on this, I would pick the color bombs or the orange candies. Let's go down the row now with the triangular candies. The top one is a hard level. You're going to encounter hard levels as you go, so you can pick that. You only need one. One super hard level. Those are relatively rare. 270 blue candies, they're everywhere. Blue candies are on just about every level, so that's what I would pick. Or one lollipop hammer. So if you're going to use a booster, a lollipop hammer is the one that you're probably going to use the most in game. So that's an easy one too. So now the square ones. A UFO candy. I rarely use those because they don't come up too often. I like those. I like to save those for really tough levels that have a lot of meringue at the bottom. Win 5 levels, that's going to take you a while. So unless you're streaming through this game at the very beginning where the levels are super easy, I probably wouldn't pick that one. 15 wrapped candies, I would definitely, that's doable within a level or two. And 200 bread candies. And then the last ones are striped candies. They're easy. Green candies, they're easy. Get a win the first time, so you get a golden crown. That's not all that easy for everybody, so that could be a sticking point. Or purple candies are on almost every level, so that's great. So I would take the purple candies probably in this case. So I'll select those. So now, if you pop over here, it'll show you which one you've selected. You've selected from this row, and it shows your progress bar on how many of these purple candies you've selected. Now, if you don't like that, you can switch it out. You can pick a different candy and hit switch, and it'll say you want to switch, and you hit OK, and then you're switched. And you can see over here, it says use one UFO, which is what this candy is, and then you'll get this. So that's how that goes, and then that'll appear up here. But I'm not going to use UFO, so I'm going to go pick, I'll go back to where I was and pick the purple candies. Switch. Yes. All right. So I hope that explains it for you. If that helps you, then great. Smash like, and if you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe because I post almost every day. So have a great one, and may the force be with you.